Imagine if whenever you told yourself you were going to do something, you actually did it. Think about how valuable that would be for your business, for your health, and for your relationships. And I actually found a way to obtain this trait, and it's not actually related to discipline. It's kind of like the opposite. So first of all, to get this clear in our minds, why don't we do what is necessary to reach our goals? Because we have this goal and we have to do some certain actions. For example, I want these things, you probably want these things to make money, to have a dream physique, to have a good relationship, don't you? And it's very simple that we as humans are just wired to prioritize instant gratification. And I'm gonna give you a little spoiler right now, but the tactic that I'm gonna teach you in a minute is basically related to this, the way we are wired, like just prioritize instant gratification. It's basically just manipulating that and framing things so you get an instant gratification. It's kind of hard to like explain, but I'll teach you in a minute. But first, you might have heard this thing that, oh yeah, we humans prioritize instant gratification, that's why we're so addicted to bad habits. But does really anyone really explain it deeply? Because I was reading the book Atomic Habits, and it explains it in a simple way that I think you'll benefit from. Think about it this way: imagine me and you are in a jungle. If me and you are in a jungle, like it is jungle, we don't have a house, it's like it's literally caveman time where there's no houses, we barely even know how to start a fire. Imagine it's midday and we're hungry. We would have to prioritize hunger above anything, because if we were hungry and we just keep going hungry, we're gonna end up dying. If we're hungry, we're gonna go hunt. If we're thirsty, we're gonna have to look for some water supply somewhere. We're gonna have to prioritize all these urges, like the instant urges that we get, we need to prioritize. And so that's why the humans who actually had this trait of prioritizing instant urges survived, and the ones that didn't prioritize instant urges whenever they were hungry, thirsty, and needed to look for shelter, well, they ended up dying. Coming back to the modern day, our brains are very similar to the ones we had back then, so we still prioritize instant gratification. But the difference is that now we have everything literally at the touch of our fingertips. Literally, you can literally go on your phone. If you're hungry, you can order Uber Eats and you can just go downstairs and eat whatever you have, like a cake. If you're bored, you can literally just pick up your phone and then scroll on social media to get instant entertainment. And if you were horny, and I know this sounds a little bit weird, but back then, let's say caveman times, if you were horny, you had to do so many things to acquire a girl. But now you can literally just go on your phone, type in some letters on whatever, and then just get instant pleasure right at your fingertips. And this goes way deeper than that, because it's not just like, oh yeah, you can pick up your phone and go into get instant gratification through social media and other sources, and you can get food from there. You don't have to hunt, you don't have to basically strive to get a woman. Think about that. There are literally billion, million, trillion dollar companies that their whole entire goal is just to manipulate all your senses that you have in your mind, just so they benefit from you, from their product. For example, Apple is $1 trillion company, and imagine how much time, investment, and basically effort had to go into build that phone. Because think about how easy it is to grab your phone. Think about the micro things. For example, the way that you pick up your phone and it turns on. I've already turned that setting off. If you didn't know, you can turn it off. You can just search it up. For example, you can pick it up, turn it on. It's so easy. The colors are so bright. Social media apps have literally been designed in such a way that it's just attractive to click. Think about that. They're literally attractive to click. Think about this. I was reading in Atomic Habits, I think it was, but even the Oreo, you know what an Oreo cookie is, like the black, like the little cream in the middle. They have literally spent so much time just figuring out the crunchiness to softness ratio, like the amount of white stuff you get in the middle. And the reason that is because we as humans are kind of wired in that way. We as humans kind of like soft and hard, and that sounds weird, but what it actually means is that soft is kind of like the fat, and we as humans like fat because it really helps it basically just gives you a lot of nutrients. It boosts testosterone as well, so we kind of prioritize fat. And that feeling of that softness in the middle and that hardness around it is almost like recreating, I'm not sure what it is, but it's kind of like creating this sense that we're actually eating something that we should be eating, like this fat and this hard thing. And obviously it's got sugars, chemicals that make you feel good, so you keep eating and eating and eating. That's why it's so easy to eat a whole packet of Oreos, even though it's this big and it's got 90 per Oreo, and it's also, you can't get full. It's so easy to not get full, and also they're just packed full with sugar. They're like 40 grams of sugar in the whole thing, probably even more. So if every single thing that you see in the store, every single thing that you might have around you is actually made by these big companies that their whole goal is just to basically use the product on you, why would you ever strive to do anything if you have literally everything at your fingertips? If you want entertainment, you got social media. If you're hungry, you can just go downstairs and get some Oreos. And I do want to remind you, me and you are in this path of self-improvement, and if you're already watching this far into the video, you have a very good attention span. And I just want to tell you that even though there's big corporations against me and you who are just basically trying to really it is manipulation, just manipulating us into just buying a product. And I know I'm sounding like this us versus them, and it kind of is. Really think about that. Basically everything we do in self-improvement is just going against the modern day, going against these big corporations, are just Their whole goal is just to literally entertain us and catch our attention. That's how they make money, and you want to make money. So think about it from their perspective. If you were them, what do you want to do? The same, basically just keep people comfortable so they don't resent, and so they don't repel, whatever, so they don't resent, and they keep buying your product. I just want to remind you that me and you are in this path, but just remember that people still don't know about self-improvement. There's something that I just was watching a video about randomly, but it's just something that I wanted to mention to you. Even though there's big corporations, we're actually actively trying to go against these corporations by watching videos like these, educating ourselves, trying to stop doing the bad habits. But there are people who still don't know about self-improvement, who still don't go to the gym, who still don't try to improve, who still don't try to do a business. So it's just a quick reminder to remind you that you're basically better than most of the population in this world. So it's just a little reminder that I just wanted to mention in this. Now the cool thing is that you can literally use that exact same urge you get to watch porn or seek instant gratification, but you can get that same urge but to do the hard work. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to give you a little analogy that will help you understand this better. So imagine you're in a library and you pick out 2 books. And this first book, you open it and it's just complete gibberish. You flick through pages, and it's just gibberish. Just waste your time. It's boring and there's nothing to it. Now you grab the second book and you open it, and it's actually the best. Let's just say this is a magical book, and it gives you the best knowledge that you could ever get, like all the learning lessons from all past historians, all the leaders, Julius Caesar, Napoleon. I can't think of any more, but you get the point. So you open that, you get the best mindsets, the best lessons, the best business tactics available. Like let's say this is a magical book, so it like updates every day or something. Now you're gonna read this book with such interest. You're gonna want to read this book because you know it's gonna give you the tactics to attract girls, the modern day tactics to build a business. You're gonna value this book literally above everything. So this might seem like a dumb question, but which book would you actually rather read? Would you rather read the book 1, which is just gibberish, or book 2, who has the best knowledge in the world? Obviously you're gonna want to read book 2, but the truth is that this is how we treat our brains when it comes to doing the hard work. For example, this gibberish book, you can almost imagine it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be boring to read, it's gonna just basically be a waste of time compared to this other book that's gonna be fun, interesting, and exciting to read. Let's say you want to work, but you also have the option to grab your phone. When you think about work, you might think about that it's gonna be boring, that it's gonna be painful, that whatever you're gonna procrastinate. Whereas your phone, you think that, oh, I get instant dopamine from my phone, I can watch some YouTube, I can watch some Instagram. You almost highlight the benefits of your phone, but almost highlight the negatives of doing the work. It almost tells your brain that, oh, I can either read this gibberish book, this boring, painful thing, or I can do this fun thing, this amazing book. Why wouldn't I pick the amazing book? So the simple tactic is, why not flip these two around? Why not obsess over the benefits of doing the hard work and basically highlight the negatives of doing the bad habit? And I'm telling you, once you do this, I came up with this almost words that people like whenever I say them, and it's just like, it almost becomes stupid not to do the hard work once you highlight the benefits of the hard work and highlight the negatives of the bad habits. So yesterday, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't really that confident with girls. Like, I was kind of like, for some reason, I just felt a little bit nervous around them. Like, this was weird, because usually I was like kind of up, I was like more confident than them, I was able to tease them, talk to them without having really nerves. But for some reason yesterday I did, and I felt really weird. So when I go back home and I wanted to work, I thought to myself, I can either work and boost my confidence by actually doing some work, or I can not work, waste my time, and not boost my confidence and still be horrible with girls. So it almost became stupid not to do the work when I thought to myself, okay, if I do the work, that means I'll become more disciplined. And because I'm doing the work, it almost gives me a reason to actually be confident at school, meaning that I'll actually be more confident. So I thought to myself, if doing the work means I'm going to be more confident, meaning that I'll get more girls, meaning that I'll have more fun with at school, why wouldn't I do that? So I began scripting this right here where I have all the notes. And even today I woke up and I didn't really want to record, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought to myself, oh, I don't really have enough time, I was kind of procrastinating. I mean, to my defense, it was already like 6:40 something, I don't know. Basically, it was already kind of time for me to not really record because there wasn't enough time. But I thought to myself, I'm gonna record anyway. Like, I could just, like, I don't know, run to school or something, whatever. I want to boost my confidence. I thought to myself, okay, if I record this video, then at school I'm actually gonna have something to fall back onto. And what I mean by that is, I think to myself, whenever I feel like a little bit unconfident or a little bit kind of, I don't know, bored at school, I can just think to myself, oh yeah, this morning I recorded a video. Oh yeah, yesterday I scripted this video. Oh, that means that I'm gonna get money eventually. This means that this is building my personal brand and whatever. So it's gonna boost my confidence. So it almost became stupid not to do the work, not to record a video, not to script a video. So the next time you don't feel like doing something that you know you should be doing, like going to the gym, doing the work, whatever, you just highlight the benefits of doing the hard thing. That basically creates this urge, this amazing urge for you to actually want to do that thing. Like the same urge you get to do the bad habits, you get the urge to do the hard work. For example, let's say you either have the choice to do the work or grab your phone. You can think of, if you do the work even though you don't want to, you're gonna become more disciplined. If you become more disciplined, you're gonna be way more likely to do your good habits. If you're way more likely to do your good habits, you're gonna become more healthy. If you're more healthy, you're gonna look better because you're gonna have muscle, you're gonna basically just look better. And when you look better, you're gonna attract more girls. So meaning that if you do your work, you're gonna get more girls. You kind of not contrast, but you kind of compare two things of either doing the work or grab your phone. It works whenever they're in a pair. For example, if you're just sitting there and you have the choice to grab your phone, you can highlight the negatives, but it's not the same when you highlight the positives and highlight the negatives or the bad thing. For example, with your phone, you can also say that, oh, if I grab my phone, I'm not going to be able to get all these benefits from doing the work. So it's almost like you're losing out on all these benefits. So your brain's gonna think like, I don't want to miss out on potentially getting more girls, I'm gonna do the work. And for example, for your phone, you can say that it's gonna decrease my attention span, I'm not gonna really learn anything, and this is basically gonna be a waste of time, and I'm not gonna get the benefits of doing the actual work. And one mistake that I really want to save you from doing is that you can't just tell yourself, oh, if I do the work, I'm gonna become more disciplined. If I become more disciplined, then I'm gonna get more girls. You can't just tell yourself almost like in this monotone voice that you don't really believe. You have to really believe it. You almost have to just find what really resonates with you, what you really believe. For example, for me, it is that doing the work will make me more confident because it means I have something to fall back on at school. For you, it might be something different. For example, you might be, when I do my work, I feel more confident because I knew that I actually did something in my day, and therefore that makes me feel more confident. I know that's kind of like the same thing, but maybe there's a different message that resonates with you. So really think about what actually makes you believe that this will benefit you, because if you don't believe it, your brain's not going to really believe it either. So therefore there's not going to be any action, and you're basically just going to waste your time. It's not going to do anything. You actually have to believe that you're highlighting the benefits. You actually have to believe that you're going to get this primal desire. For example, it is girls. For example, what you really want to highlight the benefits from is girls, money, and status. That's basically what mostly we like as humans, or that we seek as men. And when you do this, you're basically convincing your mind into doing the hard work, and literally it's convincing your mind to think that the hard work is as easy as just scrolling on your phone. And it basically becomes that way, because really just think about it in your mind. Why wouldn't you do something that gets you girls, that makes you more confident, that ups your status, and do this bad thing that basically takes away all these benefits of becoming more higher status, getting more girls, becoming more confident, and you're just kind of wasting your time on your phone? It's gonna be bad, it's gonna be boring, you know that it's decreasing your attention span, and you just feel bad while you're using it. Why would you do this painful thing when you can do this fun thing, which is doing the work or scrolling on your phone knowing that it's going to be bad for you? So right now, so you don't actually forget this, I want you to do a little fun experiment with me. Let's do 10 push-ups together. I know you're not going to want to, and that's good. If you don't want to, that means you can right now. I want you to almost use this principle right now. Think about, if you do 10 push-ups right now, you're going to become more disciplined, because I know you probably don't want to do these 10 push-ups right now. But come on, let's do them together and I explain. I know there's a light in the way, hold on. So let's do 10 push-ups together. Before I do the 10 push-ups, I want to explain why. Because let's say you don't want to do these 10 push-ups, but you do them anyway, you're going to become more disciplined. And if you become more disciplined, you're going to be way more likely to become disciplined in the gym. And if you become more disciplined in the gym, you're going to build way more muscle than the version of you wasn't as disciplined. So even though you literally can do 10 push-ups that take you like, I don't know, 15 seconds, for you to get a lifetime benefit of you becoming more disciplined and more likely to go to the gym. Think about that. So why wouldn't you do it? So let's say you actually highlighted the benefits and now you're doing the push-ups. I know it's kind of like silly, you might think, but the people who actually take action and actually do the push-ups are actually going to remember this and actually benefit from this. So if you want to be that kind of person, then just do the 10 push-ups. I don't know how many I'm on. I think that was 10. Anyway, if you actually did that with me, you're already on an amazing path, and I know that you're actually going to remember this and apply this into your life. So thank you for spending your time with me productively instead of kind of wasting your time watching random useless videos. So good luck and bye.